Strange World is the latest Disney animated movie playing in theaters. And I was very excited about this movie because it's a new Disney animated movie. The thing about it is, this movie has been so poorly marketed that A, there was not enough people in this theater watching this movie. And B, what's the deal with this movie? Why is there no marketing? Why is there no press? Why is there nothing around this movie? I think that if you want my honest opinion of why that happened, is the CEO of the company, Bob Chapek, who is now fired, hated animation and saw it as just for children and little babies, so didn't bother to put in animation marketing at all. So this movie just got thrown out there. No one really ended up seeing it, and it's going to fail at the box office, which is just utterly sad because this movie is actually pretty good. I was concerned that I wasn't going to like it because the trailers have not done a lot. But here's the thing. Uh, I kept telling myself, well, Zootopia had bad trailers. Moana had bad trailers. Every Disney animated film has bad trailers. Except for like a few. Like I don't think Encanto's trailers were bad, but they didn't really give you anything about the movie. They aren't what sold you on this movie, right? So I think that's fine that trailers aren't bad. It's just there need to be more of them. So I watched the trailer for this movie, and I didn't get into it, but I was still like holding my reservations. But then reviews started to come out, and they're kind of mixed and leaning on negative. I think I can understand where they're coming from, but I don't get it because this movie's hella good. And the reason why is this: I think what's neat about it is if you listen to people who actually made this movie, they talk about how they come from a diverse uh, group of people and family, and so they want to make a movie representative of that. And you see that in the characters and how they look, how they are together. It's really neat. The one son's gay, and I thought going into the movie, okay, wait a minute, is that going to be a major vocal point in this movie, or is it going to be a one and done thing? No, it's a major plot point in this movie. It's shown off pretty heavily throughout the movie, and they even show you the character, and he's a real character and stuff. It's cool. And so like you see that in the mom, and the dad being a mixed race couple, and stuff like that. So that's really neat. And what's also fun is the vibe to old adventure movies and really capturing that style and vibe and look to it. And that was really neat. And yeah, and the voice acting here is really good. Jake Gyllenhaal does a great voice in the movie, and it's great. Also, what's cool is the Strange World itself. It is a gorgeous, beautiful looking movie. It has all these weird creatures and designs to it. It is gorgeous. The action in this movie is very enthralling and thrilling and fun, and you constantly feel in danger. You feel like certain characters may actually have things happen to them. It's kind of, it's a really exciting movie. And so when I was watching this movie, I brought my mind to like Treasure Planet or Atlantis: The Lost Empire. And the reason why I brought my mind to those movies specifically is the action vibe those movies have, right? And also the fact that those are box office failures that were forgotten, but now are cult classics that people love. And that is what this movie is doomed to be. And I say doomed to be, but it's also cool because I mean it will find an audience over time. You can really see it here. There's so much fun and a great vibe and aesthetic to this movie. My issues with this movie, though, there's one that I think is why a lot of critics don't like this movie, which is that the grandfather character is an incredibly unlikable, terrible person. Now, why this didn't bother me a lot compared to some critics is because one character specifically calls him a bad dad. So he is referred to as not the greatest person. They constantly get in fights. It's not portrayed like this dude is the best dude. The only problem I have with it is there's a clear point where they're trying to redeem him, but at that point he was so shitty and bad as a person that you could not redeem the character at that point. He was just too far gone and a little too evil. But saying all that, I was still able to look past that and enjoy the movie. It's fine. And and you can see what they're going for, which I think helps make it a little bit easier. Where you're like, I get what you're going for. Didn't quite work, but I at least can understand. And so this movie had some flaws to it, but overall, I enjoyed this movie. It was a great watch, and I think if you should support the movie, go in theaters. Absolutely, if you have the opportunity during this Thanksgiving weekend. I love this movie.